What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we're diving into Wyoming, the equality state. Is it a hidden Wild West gem or just a giant empty desert? We're giving you the unfiltered truth. Should you move here or run for the hills? We'll break down the best and worst parts, no sugarcoating. We've done the research, talked to locals, and now we're bringing you the real story. As you watch, hit the comments. Have you been to Wyoming? Live there? Share your wildest Wyoming story. Let's get into it. First up, Wyoming's natural beauty is next level. Picture waking up to the Grand Tetons in your backyard. It's like living in a postcard. Yellowstone National Park, it's not hype, it's magic. Geysers, rainbow hot springs, bison herds, and endless wilderness. And it's not just Yellowstone. The state is packed with national forests and wild spaces, millions of acres to explore. If you love the outdoors, this is your playground. Hiking, fishing, kayaking, mountain biking, rock climbing, camping under a sky full of stars. Winter, it's just as epic. Jackson Hole has legendary skiing and snowboarding, snowmobiling, ice climbing, cross-country skiing. Wyoming turns winter into an adventure. Wildlife is everywhere. Bison, elk, moose, antelope, bears, eagles. It's the real deal, not a zoo. Imagine stopping your car for a herd of elk crossing the road. That's just Tuesday here. If you crave fresh air, jaw-dropping views, and adventure, Wyoming delivers. Here, nature isn't just scenery, it's a way of life. The scale and wildness are hard to describe until you see it for yourself. Every weekend can be a new story. The outdoors here aren't just a backdrop, they're the main event. You'll never run out of places to explore. It's a lifestyle for those who want to be part of something bigger. Wyoming's wild spirit is everywhere you look. If you want to feel alive, this is the place. The adventure never stops. It's not just beautiful, it's unforgettable. Wyoming's nature is a reason people fall in love with the state. If you're an adventurer, you'll never be bored. This is what makes Wyoming truly special. Next up, Wyoming's population is tiny. It's the least populated state in the US. What does that mean? Space. Lots of it. If you're tired of crowds, this is paradise. You can have acres to yourself with wildlife as your neighbors. No traffic jams, no packed parks, just peace and quiet. The silence is real. You can actually hear yourself think. It's a slower, more deliberate pace of life. But it's not for everyone. If you love city energy and constant activity, Wyoming might feel empty. Social life takes effort. Communities are small, and you might need to make the first move. For solitude seekers, it's a dream. For extroverts, maybe not. Privacy and independence are easy to find here. The open space shapes everything about life in Wyoming. You have to ask yourself, does endless space mean freedom or loneliness? It's a defining trait of the state. If you want elbow room, Wyoming delivers. If you need a crowd, you might struggle. The quiet is both a blessing and a challenge. It's a place for people who want to live on their own terms. Wyoming's emptiness is its own kind of beauty. Decide if that's what you're looking for. Let's talk money. Wyoming is surprisingly affordable. Housing costs are way below the national average unless you're in tourist hotspots like Jackson. You get more house, more land, and lower property taxes. Lower costs mean less financial stress and more freedom to enjoy life. Groceries, utilities, and transportation are generally reasonable, though some things cost more in remote areas. The big win? No state income tax. That's right, zero. You keep more of every paycheck, which adds up fast. This is a huge draw for retirees, entrepreneurs, and anyone tired of high taxes. Your money goes further here, especially outside the pricey resort towns. If you're feeling squeezed by city living, Wyoming can be a financial breath of fresh air. Lower costs mean more disposable income for adventures or savings, but remember, affordable depends on where you settle. Do your research. Jackson is pricey, but most towns are budget-friendly. Wyoming's affordability is a major pro for many. If you want to stretch your dollars, this is the place. It's one of the state's biggest selling points. What about the people? Wyoming's small towns are famously friendly. Neighbors know each other, help each other, and wave as you drive by, even if you're a stranger. Community events, fairs, rodeos, farmers markets are the heart of social life. If you put yourself out there, it's easy to become part of the community. People are welcoming, especially if you respect their way of life. When someone needs help, the whole town often steps up. There's a strong sense of self-reliance, but also collective support. It's a place where your reputation matters and face-to-face interaction is valued. But small-town life isn't for everyone. Privacy can be hard to come by, and news travels fast. Fitting in might mean adapting to local traditions and values which often lean conservative. If you're used to anonymity, it might feel like living in a fishbowl. Still, for many, the warmth and sincerity of Wyoming communities are a huge draw. It's about quality relationships, not quantity. If you want to belong, Wyoming's small towns deliver. The sense of connection is real and rare. In a disconnected world, that's something special. Time for some real talk. Wyoming winters are brutal. We're talking sub-zero temps, heavy snow, and relentless wind. If you hate the cold, this could be a deal breaker. You need serious gear, a tough mindset, and respect for the weather. Snow isn't just pretty. It means shoveling, tricky driving, and sometimes being snowed in. The wind? It's legendary. It can turn a cold day into a survival challenge. Winter impacts everything. School closures, travel delays, even power outages. You have to be prepared and self-sufficient. Winter here is long. Sometimes it feels like there are only 2 seasons, winter and July. If you need sunshine and warmth, the endless gray can be tough. But for some, there's pride in surviving and thriving in these conditions. It builds resilience and toughness. And when spring finally comes, it feels like a reward. Winter recreation is a plus, skiing, snowmobiling, and more. But don't underestimate the challenge. Wyoming winter is a serious commitment. Be honest, can you handle months of cold, snow, and wind? If you're picturing a mild winter wonderland, think again. This is the real deal. It's a defining part of life here. Winter will test you, but if you can handle it, you'll earn serious bragging rights. Let's talk jobs. Wyoming's job market is limited. The economy relies on mining, energy, agriculture, and tourism. If you're in those fields, you'll find opportunities. But outside those industries, jobs are scarce and competition is tough. Tech, finance, and many white-collar careers have few openings. Economic downturns in key industries can hit hard. Boom and bust cycles are real. Dual-career families may struggle. One partner might have to compromise or work remotely. Fewer businesses mean fewer job openings overall. Networking is crucial. Many jobs are filled by word of mouth. There are efforts to diversify and remote work is growing, but options are still limited. Before moving, research your field and don't assume you'll figure it out. Wyoming's beauty won't pay the bills if you can't find work. The job market is a make or break factor. Plan ahead, especially if your career isn't in the state's main industries. For some, remote work is the answer, but it's not for everyone. Know your options before you leap. What about fun? Wyoming isn't packed with malls, restaurants, or big city entertainment. Shopping is basic. Expect grocery stores and maybe a Walmart, but not much else. Dining is hearty and local, but variety is limited. Foodies might miss big city options. Major concerts, pro sports, and Broadway shows? Not here. Entertainment is more DIY movie nights, local bars, community events, and high school sports. Outdoor activities are the main attraction. Hiking, fishing, camping, hunting. Social life often means home gatherings or adventures with friends. For families, it's safe and community-focused. But options for organized activities are fewer. Kids play outside and join local groups, not amusement parks. Some love the simplicity and slower pace. Others miss the endless choices of city life. If you need constant entertainment, Wyoming might feel dull. But if you value nature, connection, and making your own fun, you'll fit right in. It's a different kind of things to do. Wyoming's simplicity is a feature, not a bug, for the right person. Decide what matters most to you. Last big point, Wyoming is remote. Towns are far apart and you'll drive a lot. Need a specialist doctor or a major airport? It could be hours away. Errands can take all day, not just a quick trip. Isolation is real. Making friends takes effort when neighbors are miles apart. If you thrive on social interaction, the remoteness can be tough. Planning is essential. Spontaneity takes a backseat. Some people love the peace and self-reliance. Others find the distance and loneliness challenging, especially in winter. High-speed internet can be spotty in rural areas, important if you work remotely. Emergency services may take longer to reach you. The vastness fosters independence but also requires resilience. You need to be comfortable with your own company. For some, the isolation is freedom. For others, it's a burden. It's a trade-off for open spaces and quiet. Know yourself before you commit. Wyoming's remoteness is both its charm and its challenge. We've covered it all. Wyoming's epic nature, wide open spaces, affordability, and friendly communities. But we got real about the downsides: harsh winters, limited jobs, sparse amenities, and serious isolation. Wyoming is a place of highs and lows. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. The question is, does Wyoming fit your life? Are you ready for wild beauty, quiet, and community, even if it means braving the cold and a smaller job market? Let me know in the comments. Are you packing your bags or saying no way? Smash that like, subscribe for more deep dives, and share this with anyone dreaming of the cowboy state. Thanks for watching.